Wall Street. We have a really good show today. The best thing that happened is Dave Portnoy just went on a rant about Penn Gaming, and I am psyched to talk about it. We also have some penny runners that have been doing well recently that we can go over. And then finally, the market has been kicking my ass, and I know some of yours as well. So I thought we could do a little middle pick-me-up. Let's go. What's up, Justin?
Hey, Blayne. How are you?
How are ya?
Good. Everybody hear me okay? I'm having some mic problems. Is it fine?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Lovely.
Certainly. Yeah. So I have a couple personal updates that I'd love to hit you with right off the bat.
Yes, please do. Am I going to cry?
No.
Okay.
No, that update was last night.
Okay.
Okay.
You can't do that.
Sure I can. Isn't this my show? Do whatever
Yes.
I want.
That's right.
Okay, so these headphones are Beats headphones, and they have a built-in microphone. So I hope that I sound amazing, and all you voice haters, I should be coming in very clear and not annoying. So that's number one. Number two, I've been working on a project in my house where I took my painting studio all down and repainted. I still have to do the floors, but look at this.
Yeah, I've been to your house. I've never seen this room. Nice.
I know. And then I have two more coming, and I have my mat back there, and I have all my rugs. Now, it's been a work in progress. We have a long way to go, but now I can just come in here and podcast my face off whenever I want, or let's look at this one more time. I've got my Benzinga. I've got some charts. Like, I'm a certified badass now, according to me.
I love it. Are you going to get – so that's your monitor. There's another one back there. You're going to set them all up?
No. I have two more coming. So I go to the Best Buy, and I'm like, hi, I would like to buy like well, first of all, I was embarrassed to ask because like trading's kind of a dirty word. But I'm looking around, and I'm like, I can't handle this decision by myself. So a very nice guy comes up to me, and he's like, can I help you? And I was like, well, I really need like a setup for trading. And if you don't know what trading is, like a gaming setup would work. And he goes, you want to mine crypto? And I was like, you know what I would need.
You want to mine crypto.
So he like takes me over to the little order form and just starts like throwing stuff in the shopping basket. And I was like, well, I don't know if I need like that good of, and he's like, yes, you do. Okay. Anyway, three of these babies on top, and we're ready to roll.
All right. I'm ready.
All right. Hi, MTA peeps. Thanks so much for coming. Thanks for the comment section. I probably should give some credit to AC Texas Hammer for doing a computer consultation for me. At least 90% of the reason I have such a badass setup now. So thank you for that.
Some IT consulting. Very nice.
IT, it's really hard to say to someone like, I haven't worked a PC in 15 years and don't know what a RAM is. But anyway, we worked through it.
Oh, God, you definitely sound old. Sorry.
You know what? My birthday is really soon, and I'm so close to 40, it might as well be 40.
You know, that's when people really hit their trading stride. So
I just found that my mind's happy. What's up?
Long time no chit chat. Happy.
I just found that my mind has never worked worse. So don't grow old and try to. STBC are my new favorite person. Thank you so much. All right, you want to talk about Penn? Can we look at the Penn chart, please, Mitch?
Let's do it. Well, you have to start by telling us whether you are in this, not in it. You like to watch it. You like to get in it. You like to get out of it. You swing it, or any involvement at all.
I'd love to tell you my history. So when I first started trading, I'm going to say this because I guarantee you that every person listening who's done this too, and all of you guys are too embarrassed to say it. But when I first started trading, obviously thought I'll just join Motley Fool, right? And joined Motley Fool, and then was like, oh, I need like the deep dive. So then I joined the like pro, just threw money at the problem,
Trading.
which I'm right. Like, I don't learn how to trade by joining the Motley Fool. Well, at the time, Motley Fool was all over Penn. So started like kind of getting into Penn, and then through Penn found Dave Portnoy, my fave, and started like listening to his rants about Penn and the bar stool and all of that. So then I started like, obviously long-term investing is not for me. There's no adrenaline there. So I started day trading Penn a little bit. It's a hard stock to trade, but I have a history. I also have a very nice Penn hat that I bought from Barstool Sports. And thanks to MTA, I'm in a fantasy football league this year. So I'm new to, NFL football and possibly some gambling.
So all in all, you could call yourself a consumer of Penn, but only really part of Penn.
Sure.
Yeah. Because they own casinos as well. So I think Mitch will enjoy this, a little Benzinga plug. I did see that Friday, 8:30 a.m., the CEO of Penn will be on the Benzinga show on pre-market prep. So
let's go ahead and mark our calendars for that.
There's Benzinga. A little plug for you, Mitch.
Oh, gosh, Happy.
2 points for Justin.
I know you're not on here, and I'm going to ask the stupidest question ever. I know you can't talk, but would you buy calls on Penn based on what it's done this week? You can see the chart here. You're a charter. Just drop it in the comments and let me know.
So what's the deal right now? So what's the news? Why are we looking at this? Because I just saw Mitch had zoomed out, and this stock has gone from 150 something back down to 75. I mean, it's taken a massive drop. Not even just here. I mean, yeah. So 144. Woof, boy, that's a big run up to a big steep. I mean, it's not like the overall market has fallen like this over the past 6 months. So what's the news? Why are we talking about it?
I don't know why it dropped. I stopped trading it, but I did see that they were going to acquire a company. I'm not like super into that, but like Happy's saying, Benzinga on, was it Monday? Yes, on Monday, dropped some news that said Penn National Gaming stock needs to hold a key support level, which I believe it did. Yeah. And now it looks like it's reversing. Not a charter.
It's 15-minute.
Okay, first of all, Nick, thank you for asking. Obviously, Nick Chubb, #1 draft pick, always, forever. That's my dog. Love Nick Chubb.
Nice.
Happy says, Todd Gurley's my dog, but Nick Chubb's my second dog. Happy says, I need confirmation of that level to hold because then it'll be forming an inverse head and shoulder. And you know what that reminds me of? If you don't already listen to the Penny Lane podcast, available on all podcasting networks, you need to subscribe right now because tomorrow we're dropping a sick episode with Happy, face reveal, and it's Squeezy. And on that podcast, we learned that an inverse head and shoulders pattern is 82% likely to do what it's supposed to do.
Ring the money bell. Ring the money bell. Thanks, Happy.
Thanks, Happy. I needed you here. SPDC bought calls today in the money. Fantastic. And then Happy says, drop because of market sentiment with SPY and broke a trend line to the downside. This is why I shouldn't trade. I should just chatter about stocks and let people like happy trade.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not a chartist as well, but I can see a couple patterns here. I mean, it's certainly in September. I mean, it broke out a lot, probably, I guess, with the news of the acquisition that they were making. But then if you look at the technicals, it certainly broke back down. So I don't know. I mean, what was the rant about? Was the rant about the stock price? Did you watch the rant?
Yeah, the rant was fantastic. Apparently, he's buying a cruise ship or a yacht. He's buying a yacht with his PIN. Okay, so you know Dave Portnoy back in 2020 when he became Davey Day Trader had the green hammer and opened the, I honestly don't know if he does that anymore, but he's opening the market and he owned, there it is, he owned so much PIN stock that every single day I would listen to him and he would just rant for an hour about PIN this, PIN that. So I would think that maybe some of the dropping is based on maybe Dave Portnoy not hyping it up as much. I just came up with that right now. That could be totally wrong. Who knows?
I like theory. I mean, he's certainly, I don't know the legality of how you can pump that as much as he does. I guess he's whatever. I'm sure there's
just in one bite, everyone knows the rules.
Lots of disclaimers out there about how you cannot get into trouble for it, I guess. I'm definitely not an attorney and I definitely don't want to be. But so either way, really interesting company. I've never been to one of their casinos. I guess that's the part that you wouldn't be a consumer of, Blayne, is being in the, because you're not a gambler, right?
Have we been to Vegas together? What do you know about my gambling?
I didn't think you were a gambler.
I'm so good at craps. It's unbelievable. And I would love to show you sometime in person.
Okay.
All right. Rolling the dice, to having the people blow on the dice, the whole thing. You're putting your things, you're doing the pass, the ass, the whole thing. Love it. I'm not that great at it, but man, do I like it.
All right. Well, what else you got for sports betting, stocks, football in general? I'm assuming you want to talk about some companies that are, I mean, we got football season.
Yes. Well, actually, I wanted to ask you something that I found super interesting. Craps are the best. They are. They're so fun. I love how you get to be on a team. You're all cheering the same way. Craps are the best. You know, Jimmy, my husband, likes to play blackjack. I don't get it. Like, there's the hammer. I don't get the blackjack. Like, it's like you versus the dealer. I like to be in with the crowd. So, Scarjo Rabbit's here. IRNT was a real shit play today. I could look at that chart. Mitch, I know I'm throwing you a curveball, but could you bring up IRNT, please?
IRNT. I do want to make one comment about gambling. Blackjack's ultimate. Callum likes blackjack. I just think if you in your life go even just one time and you have a fun evening, it's a story that you tell with your friends forever. Like if you've been to Vegas and you had friends that got on a hot table, or even if you have a story where like you were like, oh, I split 4 times on a blackjack table and lost, but it's the most fun story. But it's just don't gamble with money that you don't have. Like, don't trade with money that you can't afford to lose. Same thing with gambling. Same principle. You'll have so much fun. And even if you don't know what you're doing, go with someone who does. You'll tell those stories.
Justin, gun to your head, have you ever gambled with money you couldn't afford to lose?
Yeah.
Cool.
100%. Anyway, okay, go ahead.
Nothing like getting 21. You know, when you hit that blackjack for the first time, oh, you definitely start feeling the
sucker. That's how they get you.
Ooh, they get you that first time.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna have to agree to disagree. I mean, I'm a craps girl. You know, also there's something really fun about being like the one girl at the craps table. That's fantastic as well. Love that.
True. All right.
True. You know, I like being the only girl in an all-guy scene.
Right.
Anyway, yeah, let's look at this chart.
So ScarJo was in on IRNT, is that right?
Yeah.
And when was this? So I'm bringing it up here as well.
Me too. Now that I've got my double screens.
So, geez. I mean, yeah, just on the 14th, even before this. So you must have got out a while ago, no? I mean, early September, ScarJo, is that right? Had to have. Maybe even prior to last month. I mean, there's no
candle.
There's no pattern to this. I'm not. I mean, those are massive gap ups. There were, if you look at where are we on? It's a massive gap up on the 3rd, another one back on the 14th. I mean, it's not really. I don't know what's our volume here to see if we were building. I mean, I don't think you can be too upset. It's not like you made you had a stop loss trigger. I don't think you made any mistakes here, right? I imagine no. You probably followed a plan. How are you supposed to know that this thing is going to go 120% overnight? And even when it did, it dropped from 30 and closed down by what, 18?
Hey, Mitch, can you put it on the 1 day, 5-minute chart?
Is that your go-to?
Yeah, I like that chart. What is that candle? At the very end, that red candle, what is that?
So this is what
it's on my screen too. What is that? Obviously, that would trigger all the stop losses, right?
Yeah, so what this is an order that's going through what's called an off exchange order. So essentially it's an order that's put in at a price, but it's not going to affect your regular stops. It's usually an off exchange that did fill an order down there, but you're not trading all throughout that. You're trading probably maybe 1 or 2 shares down there, and it's coming right back up. So that's an off exchange orders. You'll see a lot of times whenever you see those extreme wicks, usually it was an off exchange order that went through, and those are only done in after hours. Yeah. So,
well, chat
it's scary. It's scary if you look at it and you don't know that, though. I understand completely. I mean, if it really wicked down there, it would be like, whoa, that's called a buy the dip.
But look, on the comments, it's saying they did an offering after close. Ooh, that's dirty.
That is dirty.
That is so dirty.
Yeah. So who are the two parties who would be involved in that type of transaction? Because I'm certainly not us, right? I mean, it's not retail. There's no not retail at all.
I mean, it could be retail if you had direct ordering to that route, but usually a retail is not going to pay to get that routing. It's an expensive routing to get it to an off exchange route, so you'd be paying up commissions when we all know we don't pay commissions, right? There's no point. But yeah, you kind of ignore those on a regular price action because it will look extreme, and it really wasn't trading down there.
Right. So it's average volume 53 million, 84 million shares outstanding. So, I mean, this has been I guess that's the only thing you could say is that volume was sort of building. I mean, it did a little bit here. This is just today, though, right? But overall, I mean, I guess it was building, but this is, I mean, I don't know. You just stopped out at $12. I don't think I wouldn't be mad. I mean, it's a lot of money, I'm sure, but I also imagine you didn't have a significant percentage of the portfolio into this.
I think we might not be understanding what ScarJo is saying, because she said she sold it at 12. Look, but then it ran to 42. Is that what you're saying? Is that you're upset that you sold it too soon or got stopped out at 12 when it ran to 42? Because that I could see being real frustrating. Also, I don't know how to say your name. I'm going to say Sat. Life did do an offering at close today, and that's dirty too. Which I guess there was like a shelf and people expected the offering, but Life has just been raging the last couple of days.
That's the Pharma company, is that right?
I think so, yeah.
That's Pharma, and you're saying it's down 5.3% after close. It's down 2.5 before, so they did an offering afterwards.
Yeah, they did it at 4.
Vice versa. Sorry, it was down 5.3% on the day, another 2.5 after hours. Sorry, I had that backwards. Not great.
Not great.
That's also a small company. I don't even know. I mean, Life Offering was predictable. I thought it was going to be yesterday. All right, Callum, I guess you're the oracle of pharma companies now. I'm just kidding.
I mean, sorry.
Yeah.
Ooh, Tiger Woods. I like your name. Don't know about uranium.
What do you know about Tiger Woods' uranium? Sorry.
Actually, I do think that offerings and just the gut punch that is offerings could lead us pretty nicely into just like general market angst. Like it seems to me like the last 6 weeks have been pretty brutal and people are getting kind of beat up by the market. So I don't have any like real advice on that because Lord knows it's a day-to-day struggle for me as well. Justin, you don't day trade. Do you ever feel like mentally exhausted from the market?
I just feel mentally exhausted in general, but specifically as it pertains to the market, I would say I think about it like so. I'll give you an example. Here's what I'm thinking right now about all these offerings you guys are talking about. Maybe Life was specific. There was a specific reason. Callum said it sounds like this was anticipated, but in general, like I think I overthink it. So are these companies doing offerings because they currently think that their valuation is a little rich and they need to collect on that while they can before there's a general version of a pullback or the market right sizes or corrects itself or valuations come down. So we need to probably invest in ourselves while we have the opportunity. Like that's stressful to me to think about because it's probably not right, certainly uneducated, but I certainly think about those things.
Maybe I'll get sued for saying this, but my understanding about offerings and penny stocks is that they will release news or somehow like try to really, really raise the price. That's why a lot of pennies run because it's like a planned thing. And then when the price is super high, they'll do an offering to raise cash for the company.
Yeah.
That could be totally wrong. But I think you can like, especially when you're trading pennies, like expect. That's why swinging pennies that are running really hard is risky.
Speaking of, you let me know when you go back to the strategy of shorting penny stocks.
I
know
I just need $100,000. If anyone wants to wire me $100,000, I'm going to get back on shorting pennies because it just seems easier. Everything seems easier.
Qualified investor law somewhere being broken in there, but that's fine. So I know you want to get back to
pennies through the summer is just a recipe for depression.
I know you want to get back to sports betting, or I guess football general related stocks. Someone asked about uranium. I would love if somebody knew anything about precious metals and what uranium mining or any of that kind of stuff. I don't know anything about that stuff. And I feel like you have to have some version of like a geological or chemistry background to like understand the value that these companies bring. I don't know what the heck Uranium Energy Corp. I mean, I couldn't even begin to guess what the heck they do besides mine for uranium in Paraguay and South Texas. So why they're running, I don't know. What does that mean? It's like oil, like you found more oil in the ground. So who asked this? Where is this? Tiger Woods asked this. Should we be buying uranium stocks? They are on fire. I have no idea. What do you know about precious metals and Blayne? Anything?
I don't know what uranium is.
It's a rare earth metal, isn't it? That's as far as I would know. I mean, they have them in Wyoming.
No, it sounds like one. This is so far outside my
realm. Tiger Woods, you're right. Look at it. It is on fire.
Callum has a ticker.
UROY. So look at that. That's a double bottom, apparently, and then boom. But also,
this is so hot. They're radioactive.
They're running because Sprott is buying all the supply due to their new stock, UUN.
we're getting on Benzinga to talk about things that we have no idea about, and then we're getting this uranium.
No, we're out on uranium. I mean, these are small market.
Bill Gates is big uranium. Where's my notebook? I'm going to write this down. I'm into it.
Bill Gates is big uranium. Bill Gates has a big cranium. I don't know about uranium. That's a good joke. That's a good joke.
That's a mediocre joke.
He has a big cranium, whatever. Uranium, I'll tell you this. It's like big oil. Like I don't know how to trade oil. I'm assuming let's see. Callum, you know a lot about a lot. Do you trade oil? I bet you don't. I bet you don't trade like oil contracts or futures. Like that stuff seems to be, to me, unbelievably, they're doing things with uranium.
Oh, Mitch.
They're doing things with uranium. Yeah, somebody is, and there's more demand than there is supply, and they can't increase the production for at least 12 months. So it's a unique situation. Yeah, but that's true with like automobiles. So there's way more demand than supply.
All of our super talented viewers. Let's say I was going to add like 2 uranium stocks into my long-term account. Not financial advice, but what are your favorites?
Uranium stocks right there. DNN, UEC.
I said 2. I can't. That's too many. I need 2.
That's overachieving. All right. Mitch is pulling up CEIX.
Ooh.
Related to uranium stocks. So,
all right, Tiger.
Hey,
I'm gonna hit you back next week and see if you made me any money.
You. I do follow that. Satsai. Blayne, I have a question for you now.
So,
are you now going to add uranium to your watch list?
You know I love to just obsess over stocks for months and months.
Add them to your watch list?
Yeah.
I mean, I think you should. Bill Gates is a big uranium guy.
That's the only thing I'm good at in trading is just like watching stocks forever and ever and ever and ever and ever.
Yeah.
I'll add them. I'll learn some stuff.
Interesting about the clean energy and nuclear energy. I know, but I don't. Either way, Tiger Woods is taking you up on your bet. Also, your name is so confusing. Tiger Woods.
Every time I know, we have Happy Gilmore. It's we've got a golf culture.
Apparently we do. And
Tiger, I hope this is a hole-in-one. Did you say I'm a golfer?
When you play golf, you try to hit the ball as hard as you can every single time.
Obviously. That's how one plays golf, right? God, I love playing golf. I haven't played in a while.
Yeah, you are a golfer. So
Sure.
Speaking of sports and golfing, I do have a stock that I would like for Mitch to bring up. Didn't tell him about this one either. And I actually don't know the ticker. It's Drive Shack, which is used to be like a $2 or $3 stock. Oh my gosh, he already has it up. Still $268.
Let's just say I've given this stock out on Money Mitch before.
Have you really?
I like your eye, Justin. I like your eye.
Drive Shack. So have you been in and out of we're talking sports today a little bit, as well as uranium. They kind of go hand in hand. So Drive Shack, Mitch. Okay, hold on. First, Blayne, do you know what this is?
No.
Do you know what Topgolf is?
Yep.
This is a Topgolf.
Okay.
It's just not Topgolf. Right. It's Drive Shack. It's
Shack.
tailor-made.
I don't know if I like that name.
Drive Shack. No. So May. Okay, and then June, July, summer months, not so good. Maybe you can chalk that back up to summer months. I don't even know how many like at one point they were public, but they only had 2 locations that were even open. And I feel like it was still trading around this same level, right, Mitch? It was still like they had 2 locations they were trading here. Now they must have 2030 open. This is Mitch's little pitch right here on Drive Shack. It's the same thing as Topgolf. Mitch, have you been to one?
No, but there is one around in Orlando. That's where the first one they kind of like tested. One of the things that I will know is that they do have a partnership with Roy McIlroy for, and what the thing is that, and to differentiate, because I know a little bit more about the company, is so this one's like a Top Golf, but they're also focusing on a mini golf aspect.
Yeah.
And so they're opening these mini golf ones where, like, you could drink while you play mini golf. You can put your cup down. It has like cup holders at each hole, stuff like that. I think it's kind of interesting,
I'm a believer in the business. Can we look at the chart again? Because it hasn't, this 2021, it's done, I mean, what's done nothing. I mean, it's certainly just waffling. I like the business. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about, since we were talking about golf, this stock always comes to mind. I like it a lot. I like the business a lot. Mitch is going to give us a little charting tutorial right here.
Oh, wow.
This one has a lot of price extremes. You can see these wicks where it goes and it kind of breaks out, but never holds above, let's say, 320, really. I mean, every time we got above 320, it just quickly came back down. The $3 price point is a good breakout point. You see every time it gets towards the $3, it has a little bit of a breakout. 3, breakout. 3, it breaks out towards 4. Last time I called it out was at $2.99 when it was breaking through this $3 price point, and it went up to 4 and then quickly turned around also. So that's kind of the price level I'd be watching now to see where the momentum comes back in.
Yeah, I mean, the volume has certainly dropped too, just to be completely honest, though, here. I'm assuming, yeah, I mean, it's died off a little bit. That's cool business, though. I like it a lot. I think everyone should at least watch it. I think you should watch that business. I don't think Topgolf's public. No, they're owned by Callaway. Doesn't matter. I like Drive Shack.
Cool. I'm gonna add it to my watch list, and then I'll know more about it than you next week. I see you. I understand the day trading. You and Callum should maybe DM about that object, making me a day trader only. I hope it comes true. I hope I come back next week and I'm the most badass day trader you've ever seen. Mitch, I know we're on kind of a tight schedule, but Paula asked for BBIG. No, I loved it. Paula asked for BBIG, and there's 2 things I'd like to support. 1, I've been trading BBIG, so I'm more familiar with it. 2, Paula sounds like a woman, and I like women in trading. What do you think, Mitch?
About Paula being a woman?
No, if we can look at it. I just don't know I don't know how close we are to running out of time.
No worries. Let's have some fun. Let's keep it going. What do you got? What do you like about this?
You trade this, Blayne, right?
All the time, yeah.
Take it away.
I think that mostly what I like about it is that it's just so tradable. Like it sort of seems to always be in play and has been for the last, how long has it been in play? I feel like it's just incredibly tradable. It has nice patterns.
January 20th.
Yeah, I wish Happy was still here to tell me exactly.
Yeah.
It hasn't been since January. This has been like since the summer, because it was it got big around the same time that oh God, what's the A stock? ATH Ashford Hospitality, HT maybe. Happy, thank you. Can you tell us what you think about the BBIG chart, please? He had to get food. Always that man eats more than any person I know.
So, I mean, I see what you did here, Mitch. And then once it broke above, it never looked back.
Right.
I mean, you're outpacing wicks here. I mean, it's like, what a massive jump in September. Bear flag, head and shoulders pattern. I mean, currently, but that's not where we started.
Yes. So, oh, guys, see the head and shoulders too. on the daily chart. I have a question that Happy probably should answer with his voice, but sometimes I get confused with the head and shoulders pattern also being like support at the like bottom of the shoulders, and I'm wrong. I just like don't see the head and shoulders. I'm only looking at the support thing. So that's something I have to get better at.
Yeah. So this is what we're seeing in September, and these are long. I mean, the volume's so high. Obviously, these candles are going to be so long, but this is really heavy. So Paula, can you look at BBIG and give me your thoughts? I mean, you can just see the past couple days, volume has certainly slowed down a little bit, but I mean, I hate to use like the simplistic revert to the mean here, but I mean, if volume continues to die down, just inevitably you're going to have to revert back down. No, I mean, that's just, I know there's a pattern here with the bear flag, but at some point, don't you revert to the mean? I mean, that's what I would say.
Justin, that's really good advice.
I mean, be cautious, I guess. But you've seen, you know how BBIG acts. I have never really been in and out of it, so I don't know.
I just think it's like always in place. So I'm looking at it like every single day. Justin, what is it? Last night, Squeezy complimented you on your pants, and now Callum's saying you look beautiful. What is going on?
After every show, I send them Venmos as thank yous.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And, hey, Callum.
The light in your office is extremely flattering. I got your new canvas in for your big painting, so we're just like a couple weeks away from that.
Just a few strokes away.
I like that.
We're just a few strokes away. All right. Man, your list had BBIG and life in it already. We're just like, man, we're powering through.
Really vibing. I haven't even looked at the outline, much to Mitch's chagrin, I'm sure. AHT, of course. AHT, BBIG. That, I think I did say AHT. I said the hospitality thing. Anyway, yeah.
You want to pull it up?
BBIG is hot.
You want to pull in AHT?
What else did I say? Annie, love Annie. aTyr has been running. BBIG, yes. And like, God, I mean, you're welcome for coming to this show. I'm just hitting you with all the good stuff.
We've got a golfing rivalry going on in the comments between Tiger and Happy. I mean, 5 green jackets versus 1 golden jacket, green jacket, gold jacket. Who gives a?
Callum, do you want this show? Can we offer you this show? Because you clearly know a ton more than we do. If this is a rerun, Callum says BBIG died because there was a run-up to the proxy, which came out on the 8th, hits the movement down.
Callum, like, he watches the news ticker, right? I mean, he's got a couple RSS feeds into his Outlook when he's out there, with his phone, checking it out, seeing what those feeds look like. He's watching the news drop.
Or maybe he's a computer. He might be a computer. We don't know. Has anyone actually met Callum IRL?
No.
Oh,
no.
Well, valid point. All right, I think we just about wrapped it up. I certainly am going to be putting all the good vibes out there for more Momo and the penny market because I can't stand it anymore. So hopefully next week we can all celebrate because the market will be back. Callum does have a Twitter.
Your chance to plug your Twitter. Next week, are you going to have your setup done? Are we going to be able to see the whole thing?
Hell yeah. If it kills me, I'm going to show you guys the sickest setup you've ever seen.
What you need to do, you know what the guys do on CNBC to brag about their setup? They set up their camera behind them, so then they turn around, and then they're talking with their setup behind them, so then they're all like braggy about what it looks like. I like that move.
Should I give you a preview? So you just like, how do we look? So it's smarter.
The pink monitor stand too.
Nice. That's actually my kids that I borrow for things like this because the laptop's slow. All right, NTA people, love you so much. Thank you for coming. Thanks for getting us through through this show. God knows we don't know enough. Hopefully we will see that next week with a hot penny market, and we can all pop some bottles, because I know we're all waiting for it.
We're looking for those pennies just to steal